That's the sound of silence. Can you hear anything? Me neither. That's because I'm out here in the middle of the forest, enjoying this absolutely beautiful classic Central Oregon pine forest. Initially came to do a snowshoe. However, the lack of snow accumulation has altered our plans. And we're just doing a beautiful forest hike and admiring the incredible sights of this Central Oregon classic pine forest. Take a look back at these gorgeous Ponderosa Pines, classic Central Oregon. As we continue to hike forward, our blue signs on the tree there tell us to keep going this way over snowy log. It's actually ironically a lot easier to do once the snow accumulates more heavily and there's a entrenched little path, and you don't really have to think about where you're going. But right now we're in that transition from summer to winter where it's actually a little confusing where to go. So thank goodness for these blue signs that mark the way. Look at that Ponderosa pine straight ahead. You could always tell it's a Ponderosa pine by that reddish trunk bark that you're seeing straight ahead, reddish brown. You're enjoying the beautiful contrast of this bright white snow and the green pine hemlock forest, as well as these beautiful reddish brown Ponderosa pine tree trunks. We're hiking towards the beautiful Edison Shelter. Should be there quite shortly, actually. It's a log cabin shelter that you could also backcountry camp at, winter style. Also, it's a shelter for safety. It's got a wood stove, and they cut wood and leave it in there so that you can make a fire in a pinch if you really needed to. It's a good safety precaution. Snow's a little thicker in this area, but still pretty light, all things considered. It's quite beautiful, this classic Central Oregon pine forest with this beautiful blanket of light snow. Makes a pretty picturesque and beautiful hiking environment. It is actively lightly snowing right now. Loving all these little, I like to call them Christmas tree pines. Kind of the same height and size of a Christmas tree, although not really structured or commonly used as a Christmas tree. That's what I think of when I see them. I love this old-fashioned wood stove with a squirrel on it. We're here at Edison Shelter, Edison Sno-Park, Central Oregon. Got a bench across the way you can sit on, as well as a ton of pre-cut firewood for said wood burning stove. And step over this threshold to get out onto the porch. Continue to check out the digs. Got two benches you can sit on and admire the forest and maybe have a drink of some sort. And today is December 9th, it's 21 degrees. We're just starting to get some snow in this area. Eventually this area will get up to 10 feet. It will be a winter wonderland here, foothills of Mount Bachelor. Let's stop and take a look back at Edison Shelter. It's a very cool little log cabin